polyalphabetic cipher technique. This is another cipher technique which is very difficult to crack your cipher text. That is, in order to get your plain text, it is very difficult to do that one. Let us see what are the steps you have to follow in order to perform encryption and decryption. Okay, so students, please have your notebook and pen with you. If possible, try to have calculator with you. Okay, side by side, when I am solving the problem, try to solve it by yourself. Okay, so that you can easily understand the concept. So first one, let's see what is a Hill cipher. So Hill cipher is invented by uh, Lester S. Hill in 1929, and therefore this algorithm they named as Hill cipher. Okay, and this belongs to polygraphic substitution cipher. Why? Because it you can divide your plain text into what digraphs or trigraphs, whatever maybe depends upon your matrix, key matrix. You are going to divide that one, and you will have a polyalphabetic substitution also. So we call this one, or it can be also called as a polygraphic substitution cipher. Okay, and for this IL cipher, in order to do perform encryption, you have to follow this rule, or you have to follow this formula, that is ciphertext is equal to plain text into key mod 26. And in order to have a decryption, you have to use this algorithm, or you have to use this formula, that is plain text is equal to ciphertext into key inverse mod 26. So these are the two rules you have to follow for this encryption as well as your decryption. Okay, so you all know that ciphertext means converting your plain text into your that is unreadable format. We call it as a ciphertext. This encryption happens in your uh, sender side. Okay, so first today's class, let us discuss about this encryption. If possible, let us see this decryption also. Okay, so first you are going to see what are the steps you have to follow in order to perform this encryption. Okay, so for this IL cipher, so in order to perform this encryption, what are the inputs you required? Okay, let us see first that one. So what are the inputs you required in order to perform this encryption means, first one, you required plain text, isn't it? So from this formula, that is, in order to achieve, in order to get your cipher text, you need a plain text and you need a key along with that one, isn't it? So depending upon a key, you are going to split your plain text. Okay, after that you are going to do your mod function with your 26. So why you're doing this 26 means, you're going to concentrate only on your, you're going to have your only alphabets. Say suppose in your plain text, if you have any special characters means, then you have to increase these numbers according to that one. Okay, so if some cases what happens means, they may include some question mark or underscore or full stop, something like this. If they are including that special characters means, then you have to increase your that is this number according to that one. Okay, so this is the formula you have to do it for encryption. Let us assume that we have only 26 that is 26 characters are included in your plain text, therefore I'm going to use only this 26. Okay, so now we are going to solve this encryption algorithm. You're going to see how you can solve this encryption algorithm. So next one, so let's consider you're going to perform encryption algorithm. So what are the input required? So input we require is first one is plain message, that is plain text. Next one is key. Okay, for this algorithm you will have a 2 cross 2 matrix, 3 cross 3 matrix, as well as you have n number, n cross n matrix. So in this example I have taken 3 cross 3 matrix. Okay, say suppose if this key happens to be 3 cross matrix. How we are saying this one as 3 cross 3 matrix means rows and columns. Okay, this is a rows and columns, is you have a 3. Okay, 3 rows and 3 columns, so we call this one as 3 cross 3 matrix. So if it is a 3 cross 3 matrix means, then you have to split your plain text into 3. Okay, so this is the first point you have to remember. So what is your first step? You have to split your plain text according to your key matrix. Okay, if it is a 3 cross means, you have to split according to that 3 that is you have to divide it into 3. So let us consider for this plain text safe message. So what is your first step? You have to divide it into 3. So this safe messages can be divided like this. That is SAF. Okay. So SAF is first plain text. Next one EME. Okay. This is your next plain text. Next one SSA is your another plain text, and GES is your another plain text. Say suppose if you have if you are, let us consider that some that is your alphabets you have extra means, then that one should be filled by using your X. Okay, why you are using your X means, why you are using this alphabet means, this is a alphabet that is frequently used in your text is very low. Okay, minimum number, therefore we are using this X alphabets over there. So next, so your first step is over. Now you have splitted your plain text like this. Okay, so after splitting the plain text, you have to write it in this way. Okay, SAFEME, it goes on like this. So first step, what is your first step? You have to split your plain text according to your key matrix. Okay, now in our example, our key matrix is 3 cross 3. Therefore I have splitted my plain text into a 3. Okay, so this is your first step. So after that, what you have to do means, let us see, we are going to take your first text. Okay, plain text, let us consider this is your first, and this is your second plain text, and this is your third plain text, and this is your fourth plain text. Okay, so when you know to do this first SAF, easily you can do this other plain text can be converted into a cipher text. So let us concentrate on your first plain text SAF. So what is the formula for converting your plain text into your the cipher text, ma? So first one, in order to get your cipher text, you have to multiply your plain text with your key, and you have to do your mod function with your 26, isn't it? So your now plain text is SAF. Now I have taken your plain text like this SAF, and key is nothing but this is your 3 cross 3 matrix is your key, isn't it? So this is your key. So this is your key. I have taken first one SAF is your first plain text. Okay, so key, this is your key and this is your plain text, and you have to do matrix multiplication, k key and plain text, then you have to do mod operation with your alphabets 26. Okay, so first let us see, first what you have to do means, you have to convert your plain text alphabets into corresponding numbers. Okay, see here, what is the number of this S? For this S you'll be getting 18. Okay, so first you have to write your alphabets numbers from 0 to 25, and for this plain text find out the corresponding numbers. So S is 18 and A is 0 and F is 5. Okay, so where is F? Okay, here. So F you have 5. So like this you have to find out your corresponding numbers for your plain text. So after finding this one, you have to multiply your plain text with your key. So plain text is multiplied, that is a matrix multiplication. So next, see how we can do this matrix multiplication. So you all know that, see, to do this matrix multiplication, so you have to multiply in this way, isn't it? So in order to get your first thing, that is 2 into 18, you're getting this 2 into 18 plus 8 into 0 plus 15 into 5. Okay, so this is how you have to fill your first cell. Okay, so that is your 3 cross 3 matrix into your plain text. So how will you how will you multiply? Means you have to multiply in this way: 2 into 18, 8 into 0, 15 into 5. When you do this one, so after doing this one, you will get your answer as 111. So this is your first answer. Okay, so side by side try to do this one in your notebook. Okay, next one is next you have to do this one. Okay, that is 7 4 17 into 18 0 15. Okay, so what happens here, 7 into 18 plus 4 into 0 plus 17 into 5. So after doing calculation you'll be getting your 211. Okay, so next one, 8, this part. Okay, last part, that is 8 into 18 13, that is plus 13 into 0 plus 6 into 5. So when you do this one, after evaluating, you will get your answer as 134. Okay, so now after doing your matrix multiplication, you will get your answer as 1, that is your triple one 211 174. So this is your answer. Now you have to do your mod functions with this one. Okay, so what is your mod operation? You have to take your result as your reminder. Okay, so here side in your side I have done this one also. So when you do this 111, okay, when you divide this by 26, so you will get your reminder as 7. So that one will be your answer. Okay, so for first one will be getting 7. So next, similarly you have to do it for 211. When you do it for 211, and if you do divided by 26, what will have what will get means result will be 3. Okay, so reminder is 3, so that one will be your result of the second one. And third one is 174. So 174 mod 26, your answer is 18. Okay, so this is how you have to find out the ciphertext. Now 7 3 18. Okay, so this is your ciphertext. Okay, so 7 3 18 is your ciphertext. So now you got only the numbers. Okay, now you have to convert that numbers into corresponding alphabets. So you have to see this tabular column. So from this tabular column, what is the alphabet of this 7? So 7 alphabet is H. Okay, so you have to take this H. Next one for 3 is you'll be getting D. Okay, so for 3, what is the corresponding alphabet? So corresponding alphabet is D, and for 18 corresponding alphabet is S. Okay, so for this SAF, for this SAF plain text, what is the ciphertext? So for this SAF plain text, ciphertext is HDS. Okay, so similarly this is a way to find out your ciphertext from your plain text. Okay, so I repeat it once again. First, you have to split your plain text into a pair according to your key matrix. Now we have a 3 cross 3 matrix. Therefore, I split it into a 3, and you have to arrange it in a column. So after arranging that one, you will get SAF. Okay, and you have to find out the corresponding numbers. So after finding the corresponding numbers, what you have to do? You have to do your matrix multiplication. Now that is key. That is K into plain text. So what is the key? So this is your key. Okay, so this matrix is nothing but key. Then you have to find out, you have, after finding the numbers, you have to multiply your key with your plain text, then mod operation with your 26. Okay, so you have a 3 cross 3 matrix with your one row and column. Okay, for this you have to do multiplication like that is this one with your this one. Okay, so like this you have to multiply. After doing your multiplication, you will get your answer like this. That is 111 174. So this is for your plain text P1. This is your cipher C1 for a plain text P1, and this 211 is your ciphertext for your plain text 2, and 174 is your plain text 3. Okay, so that is your ciphertext for your plain text 3. And after that, why you're doing your mod function means because you have only the 26 alphabets. That is, you have numbers only from 0 to 25. Therefore, you have to do your mod function with your 26. So after doing this one, you will get this number. Okay, that is 7 3 18. It's your answer. So for this number, you have to find out the corresponding alphabets H, D, S. Okay. So for this plain text, SAF, for this plain text SAF. So this is your cipher text. Okay. This is the first part is over for your encryption. So now we have completed this SAF. So the same procedure you have to follow for other plain text also. Okay. So now you're going to do your second one, that is EME. Okay, so have this one in your notebook. Okay, try to do this one and tell me the answer, what answer you're getting for this EME. Okay, I will give you 2 minutes time. Okay, uh, try to do this one in your notebook. Can you follow this one? First step, that is an encryption. Please put it in your chat box. Ma, please reply, ma. Can you follow this one? Okay. So you're doing your second one, EME. Okay, so you follow the same procedure. First you have to find out the value for EME. So find out the numerical value, that is your numbers for this EME. Next, what is your cipher for, that is your formula. C is equal to matrix. Okay, key matrix, you have to take a 3 cross 3 matrix. Okay, then you multiply with your plain text EME. Then you have to do your mod functions. Okay, do it in your notebook and tell me the answer. After completing, post your answer in your chat box. Students, remember that today you are having quiz. Okay, at 4 o'clock, be ready for that one. Inform this your friends also. That is your till play for cipher, that first half unit. Okay, is completed. Anyone? What is the answer, ma, for this EME? At least you're doing or not? Ashwin, Ashwin Balakrishnan. CUA. Any other answer? IHIOE. IOE. Yes. Okay, let us see what's the answer for this one. IOE is the right answer. Okay. So let's see this one, how we are getting IOE. So first one, you have to convert your EME into your number 4, 12, 14. Okay, verify your answer and you see where you have done any mistake. Okay, so next you have to, using the key, you have to multiply your plain text. Then you have to do your mod operation with your 26. Okay, so after doing that one, okay, after that you'll be getting 164, 144, 212. Then again you have to do your mod function with your 26 for all these values. So finally you'll be getting 8, 14 and 4. So this is your answer. For this one you have to find out the corresponding your alphabets. Okay, so good ma. So IOE is your right answer. Okay, so in this way you have to find out for other plain text also. Okay, so I will show you the answer for other plain text. Please note that one in your notebook. Okay, you work down that one later. Okay, so next one is SSA. Okay, so next plain text is SSA. For this next plain text SSA, so what is the ciphertext for that one is YQO. Okay, remember this one, when you are getting your same alphabet, that is here you have a yes, again also you are getting yes, but for the same alphabets you'll be getting your different ciphertext, isn't it? So for this yes you are getting Y, and for this yes you are getting Q. Okay, so this is your this is what we call it as a polyalphabetic cipher substitution. For each and every alphabet you are going to substitute some other alphabets. Okay, but in the case of a mono alphabetic, if it is a S should be replaced for your A means, then for all the alphabets, S alphabets, you are going to replace with only A. Okay, but in your polyalphabetic cipher, see here, for this yes you are getting Y, and for this yes you are getting Q. Okay, so therefore we are calling this one as polyalphabetic cipher. So this is your plain text. So for this plain text SSA, you are getting your answer as YQO. Okay, please make a note down for this one. That is your next plain text. Okay, and for your next plain text, last plain text GES. Okay, for this GES, so what is your answer is CAA. Okay, so this is your cipher text CAA. So this is your answer. So at last, for your plain text safe messages, so you have to combine all your cipher text and you'll be getting your cipher text as HDS IOEYQOCAA. So this one will be your answer. So see here you are getting your 2 A's for your different alphabets E and S. Okay. So this is your so this is the advantages of using your IL cipher. You cannot predict easily and you cannot attack your cipher text using a brute force attack or some other attacks. So this is the advantages of using your Hill cipher. So this is a way to use your encryption for your Hill cipher. Okay, can you follow this one? Shall I continue? Say yes or no. So this is your encryption method. Okay, so this is how you have to do your encryption for any plain text it's given to you. So next one, let us see your decryption. So for your decryption, okay, remember this one. Let's see only the outline of your decryption. Okay, so in order to solve this decryption, you have to follow some n number of steps. Okay, so first one is that what is the formula to perform a decryption means. So you all know that decryption means getting a plain text or original text, isn't it? So in order to get your plain text, what is the formula used? Plain text is equal to key inverse, that is k inverse. Then you have to multiply that one with your ciphertext C mod 26. So from where you will get ciphertext means, so this is your ciphertext. Okay, so from encryption you got your ciphertext. So from this ciphertext you have to, what you have to do means the same, that is as you did it for your plain text, for ciphertext also first you have to divide your plain text into 3, that is HDS. So this is your first ciphertext. Next one is your first one is HDS. Okay, this is your first ciphertext. Then IOE is your next ciphertext. Next one is YQO is your next ciphertext. So you have three ciphertexts. Okay, so what happens in your decryption? You have to convert your uh, ciphertext into a plain text. So first you are going to take your HDS is your ciphertext. Okay, and you have to what you have to do, you have to multiply that ciphertext with your key inverse. So what will be your first step? You have to convert your ciphertext, you have to split your ciphertext. So after splitting your ciphertext, you have to multiply with your k inverse. So you have only the k, isn't it? So you don't have your k inverse. If you have a direct k inverse means you can directly multiply with your k inverse. But here what happens, you have only k, you don't have k inverse. So what will be your next step means, you have to find out the inverse of key, that is k inverse is nothing but inverse of key. So your first step is that you have to find out the inverse of key. So this is a very important part in your decryption of your Hill cipher. So when you are familiar with this concept means easily you can solve any type of problem. Okay, so this is a thing you have to do. So k inverse, let us see how you can find out your k inverse. So in order to find out this k inverse, let us refresh the topic. Already we learned in our max class, that is your k inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of D and into adjoint of k. Okay, so matrix, that is your, for if you want to find out your matrix inverse, so that is inverse matrix means, so this is the formula you have to follow, isn't it? So if you want to follow, if you want to find out your k inverse, so what is your formula? K inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of D, then adjoint of k. So first our aim is to find out your D, determinant of D. Next let us find out your adjoint of k. So today's class, let us find your determinant of D. Okay, next class let us see for your adjoint of k. Okay, or otherwise you go through this adjoint of k. Next class let us see that one. Okay, so first one, let us see how you have to find out your determinant of the matrix. So this is your formula in order to find out your determinant of matrix. Let us consider, suppose if you have a 3 cross 3 matrix like this, let us see for this determinant. Okay, for this D, let us see that how you have to find out a determinant of the matrix. So what you have to do, first one you have to take this part, that is your 0 comma 0 or 1, sorry, 1 comma 1. So 1 comma 1 is that is A. So A into, you have to see, take the cofactor of A. What is the cofactor of A? Cofactor of A is this one, E into I. You have to take this part, isn't it? A into, you have to see this part, A into E, that is E into I, A into E into I, that is A of E into I minus H. You have to consider this one, H into F, isn't it? So A into, that is A of E into I minus H into F. Okay, so this is the how you have to find out your first determinant of A. Okay. So next one. So next one, what you have to do, that is first you have to do, this one is plus and this one is minus and this one is plus. Okay. So first one is plus, next one is minus. So you have to put minus and you have to take this B. Okay. So for this B, how will you find out the cofactor means you have to do like this. That is you have to hide this one and you have to hide this one. Okay. So after hiding this one, what will happen? You have to multiply this, you have to multiply d into I minus g into f. Okay, so this is how you have to do the determinant of this one. And plus c into dh minus ge. Okay, so like this you have to find out the determinant. So so for this key matrix, try to find out the determinant value for this one. Okay, do it in your notebook. Okay, so see whether you're getting this answer. So for this 2, so 2 into, so what happens? You have to find out the cofactor for this one. So 4 into 6 minus 13 into 17. Okay. So 2 into 4 into 6 minus 13 into 17. So next one, minus 8 into, that is, this is minus, isn't it? Minus 8 into, then you have to hide this one, then you have to cross multiply this like this, that is 7 into 6. Next one, 8 into minus 8 into 17. So this is how you have to find this one. And last one is 15. So for 15, so how will you find out for 15? So this is plus 15, plus 15 into, you have to hide this part and you have to find out the multiplication, that is a cofactor of this one, that is 7 into 13 minus 8 into 4. Okay, so after doing, after evaluating this part, you'll be getting your answer for this determinant. Okay, so 1 2 4 3, so this is your determinant value. Okay, so next class let us see how you can find out your adjunct of k, that next. Okay, so till within this one, let us end this today's session. Okay, so you please go through the how to find out the edges of the k. Okay, refer your max notebook. Okay, so